Sublime magnificence. Hey guys, you know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent Omari Ellis Feo Grande on YouTube, back with another episode that this guy hasn't seen. And as usual, I'm joined by my co-host and running mate, one of my best friends in the world, El Director himself, Will Smith.
Hey, Omari, thank you for having me back. As always, love being here, love doing this thing, trading these movies back and forth. One guy has seen it, the other one hasn't. I am bringing the movie today. Um, Not really an answer to your film Pancake Man, but as I was playing it, I was like, it's kind of sure. We're kind of sharing some themes, I think, a little bit. Um, this week is 1995's Desperado,
Yeah.
rated R. Former musician and gunslinger El Mariachi arrives at a small Mexican border town after being away for a long time. His past quickly catches up with him, and he soon gets entangled with the local drug pin Bucho and his gang. It is written and directed by Robert Rodriguez, and it stars Antonio Banderas, Salma Hayek, and Joaquim de Almeida. Omari, you've never seen Desperado?
I had not seen this movie from start to finish, apparently. I had apparently seen the opening Steve Buscemi storytelling scene, and I had seen the shot of the explosion with Antonio Banderas and Selma Hayek walking. But no, I had not seen the movie. I had heard, well, obviously if I saw the fucking Steve Buscemi scene, I had heard about the movie. I was familiar with the concept of a guy with a guitar case and guns, but never got around to watching it. I think it was always a to do and then forget about the name of it because while Desperado is a cool name, it is a single word, very common, you know easy to forget word as well. When you go, what movie can I watch? Oh, here's movie with a long specific title, or here's a movie that's a single word that everyone uses in normal colloquialisms, normal talking.
Mm-hmm.
Dialogue, that's the word I'm looking for. Normal dialogue. So it was cool to finally get around to seeing it, but I didn't know a lot about what it was. Was happy when I found out it was a Vengeance Quest early on. I'm like, yeah, Vengeance Quest. Let's go. But yeah, and I'm happy that I kind of realized the second I saw Buscemi. I know we're kind of getting into the movie, but I'm not
Yeah,
going about the
get
movie.
in the
But
movie.
the second I saw Buscemi and him go to the bar and Cheech turn around at the bar, I was like, is this directed by old dude who directed Until Dawn? Oh, was that Rodriguez? No, somebody else probably with a distinct style. But no, I'm pretty sure because we got Cheech here, and then this I want to say that that's what it is, and then it came up like a Robert Rodriguez film. Yeah, I called it just on casting and feel. Oh, like and I had seen that Selma Hayek was in the movie, so I'm like, got Cheech, you got Selma Hayek. Directors love working with the same actors all the time. And then you see the opening credits, Quentin Tarantino, and they're like, oh, even Tarantino in here. Like, this is
Yep.
about the
Yep.
most
This
Robert
is
Rodriguez.
this is Robert Rodriguez's second film. He makes El Mariachi on a micro shoestring budget. It's a self-funded indie film, and a fully Spanish language. And then he gets the funding to essentially remake El Mariachi. Is what this is kind of spiritually living as. So it is
Gotcha.
his second film, but it's almost like take two on his first film. in a way. Um, but yeah, I have known of this movie for quite a long time. Loved it for a long time. As we've talked about, I was just a giant action movie consumer with a kid. And I think we also discussed in From Dusk Till Dawn, Selma Hayek is is a love of my life,
Yes.
a love of so many young men's lives who aged up in the 90s. But yes, this is a early project and probably even first film for Salma. And so yeah, I saw this movie early, seen it a million times. Couldn't tell you
Mhm.
how many times I've seen this film. So excited to cover it today.
Yeah. I can agree with those sentiments as well. The movie, yeah, getting into it, that opening scene where, Steve Buscemi, classic actor that he is, and he's got you want somebody to fulfill a specific type of role, you get the Steve Buscemi, then only Steve Buscemi can do like the way he does. And I don't know, it's between the
Well,
delivery and the look, Buscemi just like has that quality about him.
turns out there's two people who can do what Steve Buscemi does. Because Steve Buscemi was originally cast to be the drug pickup guy later in the film who
Oh,
gets
that
murdered in the
Tarantino.
bathroom. But Robert Rodriguez's new Hollywood buddy, Quentin Tarantino, read his script and was like, I'm playing that guy. And so then Robert Rodriguez had to figure out what he was going to do with Steve Buscemi, who he had signed up for 4 days of shooting. Um, so he completely wrote this opening in a last minute scenario because he literally just needed something for Buscemi to do. So this is directly like to your point. This is directly written for Steve Buscemi's voice. This
Yeah,
opening.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, like and yeah, I meant it, as a compliment. Like Steve Buscemi is awesome, but he does a good job with that. And clearly, he's trying to get a reaction out of people. I just wasn't exactly sure what he was going for. While he was talking, I'm like, okay, you're clearly saying certain words loudly. Yeah. All right. Not like the class acts you guys got here. No, 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 no. We're talking about so-and-so. Well, that was cool. I love Cheech in this movie, but I like Cheech in just about anything he does. Like half the time, people are just coming up to him saying stupid shit or saying shit that they probably shouldn't be saying to him, and just the look on his face is just like, "Are you really still here right now? What the fuck? What are we doing?" Or like those one people where he's like, "Don't they know not to come in here? Complaining about the service?" Yeah, we got terrible booze and stuff. This isn't a real business.
Yeah, there's a line at some point like, Your beer tastes like piss. That's because we piss in it."
And other stuff too. Bad service, bad beer. Hope they know not to come in here. It's like, okay, fair. Um, but yeah, the movie moves pretty quickly. It's one of those Vengeance Quest stories, and when the dude when Antonio has the nightmares or whatever, I'm like, this is a Vengeance Quest. Let's go. I'm even more here for it now. Well, let's get some vengeance on this Bucho.
hmm
Um,
one of his guitarists in that dream sequence, as well as one of the two guys that shows up in the end, is the original El Mariachi. Um, I believe also the drug guy in those dream sequences is the original bad guy from El Mariachi. So Robert Rodriguez is still pulling his buddies in to get some work.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. I love that that opening sequence. Antonio Banderas does his own guitar playing and singing in this film. Um,
Mm,
I would love to be a fly on the wall and for Robert Rodriguez as he's preparing for this film and deciding to cast Antonio Banderas, because at this point in Antonio's career, he is a successful working actor, but he does a lot of period pieces.
Mm.
He's the Spanish lover. Uh, um,
Yeah,
uh,
I mainly knew him as Mask of Zorro,
which
which,
doesn't come out for another 3 years
fair.
after this. Um, this is in 1995. What American audiences have last seen of Antonio Banderas is the previous year in 1994 Interview with a Vampire, where he
Oh,
does
okay.
play a vampire, but he is a
Yeah.
slow Spanish lover.
Yeah, he's Antonio
I'm going to
Banderas.
seduce you with the vampire power that way. It's not like rah action vampire. And then the year before that, in 1993, he is Tom Hanks's lover in Philadelphia.
Fair enough.
The film where Tom Hanks is battling AIDS. Antonio Banderas is Tom Hanks's in that film. So like to for Robert Rodriguez to like see, yes, this is my next action hero.
Yeah.
Uh, I would love to be a
How
fly
did
on the
he
wall
come to
in
that
that room when
conclusion?
he's like, yes, we can do this.
Maybe it was the audition itself.
Yeah, I don't. Who knows?
Yeah, but I would love to see like how he got convinced if that's all you know about the guy beforehand.
Right.
And then
Because
you're
fast
like,
forward to now, I mean, this is Antonio Banderas who has done literally everything under the sun. We can obviously imagine Antonio Banderas throwing a gun around and shooting some people and stuff.
Antonio's cool as fuck in this movie. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Like, I mean, he's cool in general. I liked the mid-mask of Zorro as a kid,
Hmm.
but he, I didn't really see a lot of Antonio Banderas doing his like actiony shit throughout my life.
Nobody recreates it, and it's probably because it's incredibly impractical, but it's still really cool. Firing your guns like this, like you're like snapping the bullets at dudes. Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
And yeah, the bar shootout scene when he does show up at Cheech's bar, ridiculous. And yeah, Quentin Tarantino, obviously, if he's in the movie. I don't know. I think we mentioned this in Until Dawn. I don't know if Quentin Tarantino's ever actually played a legit good guy in anything that he's done. Uh
I can't think of it.
Yeah, just observations, but he sure enough in this movie, I kind of knew exactly what his character was about.
The most good characters that Quentin Tarantino plays that I can think of incessantly say the N-word. And those are the best characters I can think of.
You're not wrong, and then he definitely, and that's definitely in a movie of his own, which is the craziest thing. Like you know what? It is what it is. He's the one making movies. Anyway, the shootout goes crazy. I thought it was funny, like that he got shot. He's like, look, dude, I don't know what's going on, man. I liked it because realistically, yeah, random we don't know shows up, and then this guy shows up shooting the place. I'm not asking questions. Shoot him. So that is realistic, but at the same time, we just spent like 20 minutes listening to this guy tell bar stories and sit around. I thought he would matter more. But I'm happy you know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
oh, wait, that's the end of him? Uh, okay, cool. That makes sense, but I was not expecting that. Um, the slide that him and the other dude do where they slide guns. Nope.
Empty.
The constant empty guns until he just slaps his neck. Also, Just this whole movie, Antonio Banderas when he swears like "Ah, you hilarious to me when he fucking drinks the hot water when he's getting the surgery. He's
What are
like,
you doing to me?
he was so pissed. He's like, oh, painkillers, like hot water. Yeah, obviously a shout out to Selma Hayek when you said that. A lot of cool things. I like the little mini story with him and Lil Man with the guitar playing. And he's like, do this and I'll teach you, later.
Yeah,
More
that's it's
tunes.
really sweet.
And it being perfectly timed that he taught the kid to practice so that when Bucho comes to the bar, kid's just outside perfectly eerily playing the song of his brother. He's like, I don't know what's going on. Who could have done this? Wait, what? Who the hell? Oh, it's just a kid, but fucking weird.
Yeah, I picture in rewatch, I picture that character like he's like my brother's song. Like that's my brother's tune. Only my brother plays that tune. How the hell does this little kid know my brother's tune?
Like he definitely peeped that. I like how relatively smart Bucho is too. Like, because he puts together the whole him being at the store just randomly after like we had like two back-to-back sex scenes. Well, one and a half sex scenes. You had the one with, Selma and Antonio where they're biting each other's chins and shit.
Very 90s sexy and the music overdubbing it, shooting it through candles. Like it's an extremely 90s sex scene.
And then it's followed by like, the opposite with Bucho and the other girl. And the fucking cigarette smoke thing was funny, but he literally just not focused on the thing and then just he's at the bookstore.
Burn
I'm 100% certain. And I'm
it
like,
down.
I'm like, that's an asshole move to burn it down and stuff, but somehow you didn't fall for whatever the conversation was. You were like, this is where that motherfucker is. I put it together. Go get rid of him. And the constant and some of the run-on lines where it's just take my car. That's why I bought it. He says it like three or four times throughout the movie. The other guys just want to take the other car. I'm like, guys, you're the ones trying to sell him on the bulletproof sunroof and the bulletproof windows and stuff. Why wouldn't you guys want to take that car when you're going out to shoot this guy? You guys want to take the drop top Jeep. But no, the movie had a lot of fun moments. A lot of the shooting scenes and stuff, cool. I like that Selma Hayek, also wields a gun and stuff, even though her character Carolina, she doesn't. She seems like, why are you doing this? And one of those kind of love interests. But when time comes, she got the gun, mismatched shoes and all, she's shooting people too. Like, so good
hmm
shit to her. I also like when they pull up on the place, like, are you sure this is the place? This is the place. And they go in, and she's like telling him, like, come on. So I like when that dynamic gets flipped up a bitch,
I
a
mean,
bit.
Selma and Antonio are they are stars. Like
Yeah.
this movie is not without the two of them. They I mean it's like I don't have words for how Selma Hayek explodes out of this screen. Just
Hmm.
she is a revelation. The world changed when we became aware of Salma Hayek. The
Agreed.
the the 10 seconds when she's walking catty corner from corner building to corner building with the music going and the like off-white
My
outfit
goodness.
she's in. It like yeah, like a
Yeah.
million men were born
Yeah.
in that moment. And Antonio in like both of them, like it is no shocker that we are now here 20 years, 30 years later, and they have had gigantic, enormous, genre spanning careers because they are both just
30 years is
stars.
crazy.
Yeah, 31 years.
That's crazy. But here we are. Yeah, I liked him calling it his friends. I thought it was, oh, Danny Trejo. Shout out to Danny Trejo
Shout out to
doing
Danny
Danny
Trejo.
Trejo things.
Doesn't even speak in this movie, but leaves an imprint.
Love me some Danny Trejo. I was so happy when I saw him early in the movie. And then I'm like, well, he clearly looks like he's on a criminal thing. You kind of gave me the formula for Danny Trejo as a criminal and a thing where how he's gonna end up at the end of things. So I'm like, I'm just here for the ride now. What are we gonna do, Danny Trejo? And when Bucho's on the phone talking about some mystery guy in town that's been sent, I'm like, oh, that's gotta be Trejo he's talking about. The fucking
the
throwing knives and
the final scene is such a crazy comedy bit. It's out of place in the movie, honestly, but I love it, and so I don't want it to go away. But oh, he's in town. What does he look like? Any identifying features? Big tattoo of a woman across his chest? Huh? Any weapons? Throwing knives? Anything else? Pocket change so he can call you with updates? Jingle, jingle, jingle. Like, it's ridiculous,
they're
but it.
always swinging that payphone money.
And then literally, and then one of the lackeys, jingle, jingle, jingle. Like it is
Yes,
ridiculous.
the cutting to the coins is fantastic. And then it's just like, well, we'll let you know if we see him. When what's his name calls in his friends, Antonio Banderas' character calls in his friends with their own guitar cases. First off, I like the fact that even though apparently the three of them are these guitar wielding gunmen, their guitar cases all work differently. Antonio's is a case that hides more guns and grenades apparently for him to use. Uh, the other one dude, the top of the guns are shooting themselves, which these two motherfuckers just got all the confidence in the world thinking they them and they don't need to wear nothing bulletproof. They don't need to take cover. They just stand in the open. And one dude just I'm like,
Not
oh.
doing anything, like zero effectiveness, honestly, both of them.
And then well, that missile guy, he cracks me up one because he does the fucking Shawn Michaels pose whenever he fucking fires. But and he at least blows up a truck. I don't know what fucking gun guy does.
Right.
But yeah, they fucking just die. And I thought Little Man got killed as well. And I was like, no, not Little Man. Why he like first I was gonna be like, why is he here? But he had more sense than they did. He at least tried to take cover.
Right.
Um and luckily the kid survives and all that and gets told to keep practicing and all of that. Um but when dude didn't shoot Bucho, I'm like, why? I thought it was an honor thing. Because
This is too easy.
earlier at the bar, when dude comes out from the back, the dude that did the whole gun clicky thing and takes a shot, he's like, try to shoot me in the back, eh? Like I like, oh, he's an honorable, like if you're gonna shoot me, shoot me in the face like a man. And so when he got ready to shoot, he's like, no, I need to look in the eyes. I need him to know who killed him. I need it to be honorable. I can't just sneak kill him like this. This is my vengeance has to be just right, type shit. But no, it was his brother, which I was not expecting at all. So that was a good twist there. Or a good enough twist, you know. Some people may be like, I knew. If you knew basic cinema, you would know. Well, I don't, okay? I didn't see the hints. I was just like, I knew they knew each other, but that's obvious. He's on a vengeance quest. But yeah, the fact that they ended up being brothers, the the crazy the ridiculous idea of being like, "Oh, you're here because my men killed your lover. So let me tell you that we're gonna squash this beef if you let me kill your lover." Is a crazy that's a crazy, bold strategy, Cotton. You know. It's not- that you're just asking to die.
Well, he's killed like 50 of his men.
Yes, but your compromising tool being, yes, that inciting incident, let me recreate it and we squash this beef. No, kill somebody else. Hell, you know what I mean? Or maybe don't kill nobody. But obviously that's not happening. He did get 50 of his men killed, some of which by him. How hard is it? You see a guy you don't know? Just shoot him.
I really like that scene. He's really good at that scene. Hey, who is that guy? I don't know that guy. Bang! You see, it's that easy.
Who are they? I don't know any
I
of
don't know
them.
any of them.
Yeah, that scene was great. There were a lot of good scenes in this movie. I
Originally supposed to be played by Raul Julia,
oh,
M. Bison. But
yeah.
he passed away during the pre-production of the film.
Also, you say this is his second film for Robert Rodriguez after The Mariachi. So this predates Until Dawn.
Dusk
I,
Till Dawn. Yep.
uh, yeah. There's so many fucking things. I almost wanted to say Wait Until Dawn. And then I'm like, no, that's not it. I'm just mixing movies, but Dusk Till Dawn. So that's the same cock gun, right? The dick gun she finds. Remember, there's a guy in Dust Till Dawn that had a fucking
Oh yeah,
codpiece
yeah,
gun,
yeah.
and
That's
then
yeah.
she's looking through his guitar case and she goes, "I don't even want to know what this is." And he's like, "It saved my life more than once." And I'm like, I'm thinking that this movie came out after the other one, and that's just them kind of making a shout out to that prop. But apparently, it's the other way around. It's
Yep.
like, hey, we
Yeah.
had this.
From Dusk Till Dawn is his next film.
Gotcha. It's like we had this prop as a joke in the last movie. Why not put it to use? Here. You got here's how the dick gun works for anyone wondering in the last movie. Um, yeah, surgery scene, all the other stuff. Yeah, oh, the jumping from the roof with the pop, 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 pop. That was a cool little way to do things.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Mhm. I wanted to make a joke. It's like, especially if, that barrier had been, or that line had been crossed and, sexual activities and stuff was a thing. Yeah, I'd use every excuse I had to kiss Selma Hayek too. Like right before, like they're getting chased by a gunman and about to try to jump through. He's like, wait, all right, now go. I'm like, yeah, if I had permission, I'd do the same.
Have I thanked you?
I thank you. I will.
I will. Oh, I'm just now realizing we are on our third Robert Rodriguez movie. Desperado, From
Yes,
Dusk Till Dawn, and can you remember the third?
I'm trying to.
It would be from Spooky Season.
Oh, not Tucker. No, Tucker and Dale something else. We I know we watched a third one.
A young Elijah Wood is in it.
My mind went to fucking Sin City, and I know that's not it.
A body snatcher flick.
Oh, the faculty.
The Faculty. The
Yes.
Faculty is a Robert Rodriguez movie. We're on our third Robert Rodriguez.
Nice. I keep forgetting faculty is Robert Rodriguez. It's probably because it didn't have. Actually, I don't know if Cheat showed up in
Probably because it didn't have Cheech.
that. What he showed? I learned that that was a habit of his of putting
Hmm.
Cheech in those movies. So, during Dusk Till Dawn. Same thing with Tarantino, apparently. But that's also those are early Rodriguez as opposed to Faculty, which is about a decade after this movie. So that makes sense. Also, I keep forgetting Elijah Wood was in the Faculty. So yeah, that makes sense though.
And Selma Hayek.
She's in the Faculty?
Hmm.
Huh.
She's the nurse. Like
Oh.
she's another one of them that gets hot suddenly with the with the like oh she had her hair up messy and glasses and now
That's right. Good times. Yeah. Now, Falcon is a good movie. This is a good movie. In case you guys couldn't tell by the way I've only been saying good things about it the whole time, I did thoroughly enjoy this movie. It's uh,
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna pick it apart, there's definitely flaws to find. I mean, it's very 90s at times, like we've talked about.
mhm.
It can be tropical. It is a shoestring budget film still, even though it is significantly more than El Mariachi. It is still a cheaply made movie. So there's some seams and cracks, that you can see at times.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one of my films.
Yeah, perfectly serviceable action film. Like you said, you kind of would have to look for the seams or nitpick, but for what? Oh, sorry. For the purpose it's supposed to serve, fantastic. I enjoyed it. I would recommend it to anybody who hadn't already seen it. Yeah. So,
Awesome.
Desperado.
That's it. That's done. We've done it.
Man,
Do you know what we're watching next week?
I do not, and
All right.
I'm
All
having a
right.
coughing fit, so just go kind of call it there. You guys got anything else y'all want to keep watching? Go right ahead. Check it out on the channel. We got all kinds of content, years and years worth of content. Check me out on Twitter and Twitch at GioTavi. That's GIOTAVI. Come on in, stop on by. Bill, you got anything you want to say to the folks?
No.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you next time. Adios.
All right.